what's the best strategy to talk to government?
Okay, so the number one thing is to get them to want to talk to you rather than you have to talk to them. So how are they going to want to talk to you is that you're going to be meeting their needs. We keep talking about needs, everything we buy. Everything we do.
Doctor had an emergency call.
I think I was boring. It was a boring alert. No, I mentioned the government, yeah. And what was I saying? Needs. Everyone's got needs. The government's got needs. It's got strategic outcomes that it wants to deliver upon, and it needs players in the entrepreneurial ecosystem to deliver on stuff so that it can meet its national needs. So in Scotland, we got 10 national outcomes, to be fairer, greener, wealthier, healthier, and I can't remember the rest. I should remember them, but anyway. So understand what the government's priorities are, your local authority or national authority, whatever. Understand their needs, learn their strategy, and then try and get other people to open the door for you. If it's like you go and if you're doing sales, you go and knock on the door, and people don't really like it when you're knocking on the door. But if you can get someone else who's got influence to open the door for you, be like, you need to be seeing them, speaking to them. That's got far more impact. Doesn't matter what level of sale you're doing. And then finally, I think there's an area about evidence. If you have got some empirical evidence, hello, welcome back.
Sorry.
Okay. If you've got some evidence about what you have achieved, and it's really hard to do that, outcomes take time to so much work to collate, but get some evidence. How many members have you got? What do they contribute to the economy? What sort of sectors are they in? How many jobs have they created? What's been your role in supporting that entrepreneurial ecosystem? You've got to be bold. You've got to think big. You're not thinking about just your little space. You're thinking about the national outcomes. And be honest, but prove that you are delivering. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say building on that, so the government person that you're talking to, economic development, mayor's office, whatever it is, the advantage with government is that it's somewhat transparent. We know that they exist to serve the people, and the platform that they are advocating for should be publicly known. So if you're talking to someone, you say, well, what is your, and you should be able to find this online in most cases, is, what's your platform? What is your stated mission? And a lot of times they'll tell you, okay, well, what we need to do, our mandate, our public mandate is to create 500 jobs in the technology sector in the next 2 years, or whatever it is. Okay, awesome. Now you can put that right into your paperwork to say, we're going to help create 500 jobs in the tech sector. So you make it really easy for them to see that you are going to help them to do their job, that they're accountable to whoever they're accountable to. And so you have to learn their language. And a lot of times the government groups are using language from 20 or 30 years ago, so you might need to call yourself an incubator for their sake, in their conversations, and then we can talk about it with the real people, in a different context. But you have to kind of learn how to speak the governmentese for a bit, and make it easy for them, just easy for them to say yes, thinking about who they're accountable to.
And one last thing, finding a good grant writer is really good, and mostly those are the persons who then also take over the management of the funds, or at least the project management, which prevents you from having to shift all your attention away from the co-working space to managing state funds. And I think that is what really made the difference in our case, because otherwise we would always be kind of failing in doing the accounting right, having a lot of documentation work, and that's the moment where we didn't focus on our community and our actual job.